There was this article that caught my attention the other day when I was on Yahoo. I like to scroll on Yahoo to see random articles. Some of them are interesting, some of them are just not worthy of my time. But this article caught my attention and it was titled Constance Wu Attempted Suicide After Fresh Off the Boat Tweet Backlash. For those of you who don't know, Constance Wu was one of the main characters on the TV show Fresh Off the Boat. Fresh Off the Boat was a show that was based on entertainer, I guess you could say he's a D-list entertainer, Eddie Hong's life growing up in Orlando during the 90s. She played the mom of Eddie Hong on that show. That show was pretty entertaining for a family sitcom. I enjoyed it. I watched some of the episodes back when it was coming on during the mid to late 2010s. It was overall, I would say, a good show. I wouldn't say a classic, but a good show you watch to, pass your time whenever it's on. So I found the show entertaining. I can relate to it to a large degree. Being the son of two immigrants myself, I've found a lot of commonalities in watching that show. It was pretty entertaining. I did enjoy the stereotypes they presented on the show. I thought Constant Wu played a good job on portraying a stereotypical Asian mom. She was pretty hysterical in that role. She excelled in it. And the show was successful. I think it lasted for about 5 years. Well, when the show was going on, they picked up the final season. I think after 2019, and Constance Wu was upset about it. She tweeted at the time. Let me just find that statement that she tweeted. Okay, so this is the statement that got her into hot water with a lot of people and created a backlash against her on Twitter. So what she said was in 2019 when the show was picked up for her final season, so upset right now that I'm literally crying. Ah, fuck. And fucking hell. This was her response when a person on Twitter tried to congratulate her on having another season picked up. And then I'm trying to say what else she said. She just said, yeah, this was her response also when the person said great news. Her counter response was no, it's not. So obviously that created a backlash since the show had a lot of fans and it was very popular among Asian Americans. It created a lot of backlash and it portrayed her as a ungrateful person for having the opportunity to be on a successful show and not wanting to continue it. I think it really showed that she was conceited, arrogant at the time. I can also see it from her perspective why she became arrogant and conceited. She had had a few successful movies prior to the show being picked up, but I think in only one of those movies was she the main character. She was the main character in Crazy Rich Asians. So I think the success of that movie went to her head where she started to believe that she was going to get all these roles left and right and her career was just going to go to another level. I think, part of it could have also been that she was in her mid 30s around that time and usually for female actresses in Hollywood that it usually marks the end of them once they go down that route. Even when they start their 30s, it kind of marks their decline. So I think maybe she thought there was just not enough time left for her to do other things in her career, and she wanted to take that chance. I can understand from that perspective, wanting to explore other career options. I think people should be allowed to do that, and I think that's an itch a lot of us face in life that we want to have opportunities to do other things if presented with them we want to be able to take advantage of it. So I can get it from her perspective of wanting to take advantage of opportunities she felt were available to her after having a successful movie in Crazy Rich Asians and then having a movie in Hustlers. But I don't think she was the main character in Hustlers. But I also do think there was some arrogance in the sense that she probably believed she was going to become like a superstar and that she was going to get work very easily after fresh off the boat and things were just going to come left and right and it was just going to be an easy route for her when it really wasn't after the show ended. I'm just going to look up her IMDb page to see what she has done since Fresh Off the Boat ended. So Fresh Off the Boat ended in 2020. So I'm just looking right here what she's done. She's made a few TV series. She's been in there, but I don't think she was a main character. She had one TV series in 2021 called solos, and that only lasted a season. It doesn't say it was picked up for any other seasons. She was in, I believe, a movie called I Was a Simple Man. I looked at it. This movie was just not a success at all. It didn't do anything, so you could say that was a failure. She was in a movie called Wish Dragon where she played the mom of the main character, and this movie just broke even. So it was just an average at best type of success with this movie, and she wasn't even the main character. So, and recently it says in 2022 she's in some TV series called The Terminal List. I don't think she's the main character on on this TV series. I can't comment on the success of this TV series, but only 8 episodes have been created. Maybe it'll be successful. I don't know, but that remains to be seen. So, from what we're seeing right here, she hasn't had any successes since the show went off the air. She is in the works of producing a movie called Lyle Crocodile. I saw the trailer of it. I think I remember the children's book when I was a kid, so maybe that will be successful for her. She plays the mom of the main character in this movie, kind of doing the same role she did on Fresh Off the Boat, where her main role was just to be the mom. So I don't see her career really taking off. Just she'll be one of those supporting role characters, but I think she wanted to be an A-list. But I think the lesson to be learned from this is that you can't be arrogant with the amount of success you get and just assume that it's gonna take off and you're gonna get easily to the next level. I think she did that. She had just assumed. She kind of got conceited about it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do other things. I definitely see nothing wrong with it. And also, you just got to be careful what you say, just how you frame your success, because there are other people out there that would love to be in your shoes and maybe you don't feel you're successful, but to them, they can view you as a great success and they're going to think like, wow, this person is spoiled rotten. They have this and they're not even happy with this. I would kill to be in this situation. I think that was the case with a lot of these people online who gave her backlash for her statements. I think that was definitely the case, especially among Asian American colleagues from what I read in the article that refused to talk to her, that shunned her socially and just ostracized her because they weren't lucky to be in those type of roles. They they weren't even on a TV show. So I could see the anger and rage and resentment to someone like that. And I think she didn't have the awareness and it cost her. It's another example of life when you don't have awareness, you can make your life a lot harder. You can make a lot of enemies when you don't intend to make them, and just you gotta be careful. You gotta just be careful of how you present yourself and be a professional. Just I think she could have saved herself the misery, on Twitter. I think Twitter definitely is a tool where a lot of people shoot themselves in the foot, as they would say, with what they say. I think if she had responded to the comment of congratulating her for another season of Fresh Off the Boat, she had responded in a professional way by saying, "I appreciate the opportunity to be on this show, but I really want to explore future career opportunities to see what else I can do outside of this show. I would appreciate it if I could just pursue those things, and I do appreciate my time on Fresh Off the Boat." Imagine how easy her life would have been if she had just said it that way. I don't think many people would have been offended. Granted, some people can always be offended, but she probably would have received a backlash, and she probably would have received a lot of support from other people, like, "Hey, we want you to succeed, and we hope you can get other opportunities. We understand that you just want to do other things," but that shows again just how just you saying something the wrong way can hurt you versus saying it the right way can actually help you. So I think that's a lesson for everyone to take from this. That's the way I look at it. And when it comes to her career, I don't see her doing amazing things. I just see her being a sporting role player, as they would say on any of these TV shows and movies. But hey, best of luck to her, and let me know what you think about her situation with the backlash and what happened to her after Fresh Off the Boat. Thank you.